Welcome everyone. This is Bōde's Edmonton real estate market update for July 2022. This video is going to quickly show you what's happening in the Edmonton property market at a macro level, and then I'm going to show you where you can find all of the data for your specific community and property type on Bōde.ca. But first, what is Bōde? For those that don't know, Bōde is a tech company that empowers people to buy and sell their own homes, and we make it easier and more convenient than ever before, while also saving you a lot of money at the same time. So let's dive in. What's happening in Edmonton? So first we're going to look at new listings here. So the number of new listings to come to market each month for the last 4.5 years. And you can see that it tends to follow the same trend every year. The bright pink line shows you 2022. And you can see in the most recent month in June, the number of new listings was up 18% versus the average of the last 4 Junes. So more listings coming to market than typical, but not quite as many as previous months here. And then on the sales side, we see the number of sales in June up 24% versus the average of the last 4 Junes, but that's starting to slow down from the incredible highs that we had earlier in the year. So it's still up versus a typical year, but not nearly as high as it was just a few months ago. So things starting to slow down a little bit in terms of Edmonton sales. Because of that slowdown in sales, the inventory is starting to climb a little higher. So this is the total number of homes for sale. So again, the bright pink line shows you 2022. It had been quite a bit lower than typical. Now it's starting to come back closer to normal levels of inventory. So just down 11% versus where it would typically be at the end of June. And then if we take a look at months of supply, this is showing us, given the number of homes for sale and how fast they're currently selling, how long would it take to sell through all of the homes that are currently for sale. And right now there's just over 3 months of supply, which, as you can see here from this chart, is historically that's quite low relative to the last few years. But you can see it's not as low as it was a few months back, where we were in the 1.8 months of supply region. So that's starting to climb, but still typically that would be seen as quite a good number of months of supply if you're selling your home. So the fewer months of supply, the more it benefits sellers. The more months of supply, the more it's a buyer's market. So still definitely a seller's market in Edmonton, but starting to come back more towards balanced territory. So what does all that mean for prices? Well, if you take a look at the price chart here for Edmonton for the last 17 years or so, you can see in the last year and a half, prices have climbed quite quickly, but they're starting to slow down now. And in the last month, or going from last month to this month, prices are down about 0.1%. So not a big decline, but it is the first decline in a while. But prices are still up year over year, so up 8.3% over this time in June last year. So still good news on the price front if you're a homeowner. And if you're a buyer, perhaps you can take some solace in knowing that prices aren't going up quickly right now. But that analysis is all at the very highest level for Edmonton. What you're probably interested in is what's going on in your specific neighborhood or the neighborhood you're interested in buying in. And you can see all of that data on our website at Bōde.ca. So we have 3 tools you can take a look at. The first one's called Market Data. This is where you can see the same supply and demand and price trends that we just went through, but for your specific community and property type. Then we have a tool called Sold Data, where you can find out the sold price of any home that's sold in the last 11 years anywhere in Alberta. So if you've seen a sold sign go up in your neighborhood and you want to find out what that home sold for, check out our Sold Data tool. And finally, we have a comparables tool where you can enter 8 features of your home and see the most similar live listings and recently sold listings, so you can get a good feel for what your home is worth in today's market. So check all of that out at Bōde.ca, and if you have any questions, let us know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to our channel as well so that you can get these market reports each month in the future. Thanks very much.